of Fall. It is an honor to guide you through our ship, just a brief overview. Now we're going to go a couple different places, so keep that in mind as we're traveling as a group. I'll try and make sure everyone's all together. We're going to start off right here with our lovely ship model. Everyone say, ooh. Ooh. It's impressive, right? This is our very own Halcyon. Now, if you look at the very end, can anyone tell me how many engines we have? More than 6. There are 13 sublight engines, and that is something that our founder, Shub Drabor, invented. So that is called the Drabor configuration. Everyone say, ooh, again. All right, we're going to be talking about Shub Drabor. I always trip on his name several times throughout this. He is an Anzillan. Anybody know what an Anzillan is?
Yeah, they're about this tall.
Yeah, they're tiny, tiny. He actually built this ship when he was working on Corellia with all of his family and friends. He decided that he wanted to create a way for people to get around sort of in luxury and with family and traveling. So hopefully keep him in mind while we are traveling through. Are we ready to continue on? Yeah. All right, now we are going to be continuing through the Atrium. In fact, before we move, I would like to point out one of my favorite things on this entire ship. Does everyone see our blue piece straight ahead? Do we have any guesses as to what that might be, or is it just like space right there? I'll give you a hint. It's art. It is called a Galaxy Unified. It was actually a gift from Leia Organa herself. She traveled on this ship right after the fall of the Empire when the New Republic was being built. And that was kind of her way of thanking all of the Halcyon crew for all their hard work while she stayed on board and did some missions. So, we're going to continue on. We're going to head to the left to our sublight lounge. Follow me. And if at any point you cannot hear me, please let me know. I will try and project louder. Now, we're going to not quite go in, but we're going to get in this little doorway, so you might rotate in and out so everyone gets a chance to see our Halcyon flute right here. Now, this flute, when you are christening a ship, traditionally you would break something over the hull of the ship. When our founder, Shub Drabor, tried to smash this over the hull, it actually did not crack. Now, normally some might say that's bad luck. However, he decided it was good luck and decided to keep it and preserve it so that way people could always rub it and hopefully get some good luck. So you might see a couple marks. You have it now behind this protective glass. It's been 275 years. That's a long time to keep some. So when we have a lot of our crew members, if anyone feels like it, you might get some elbow grease up on there. It might help you. To our next point, the hollow sabacc table. At one point, the Halcyon was actually owned by the Hutts. So this is something left over from those days. So if you have some credits, you have some desire to play a new game, we play Coruscant Shift here on board the Halcyon. So, if you ever find yourself wanting to play a game of sabacc, you can either hit our hollow sabacc table, or one of the crew members can get you one. A deck, that is. Additionally, this is where you'll find our sublight lounge, named after our 13 sublight engines. It's a great place to get some drinks, relax, meet some new people. We're going to head back out into the Atrium. We're actually going to go directly across the way towards our passenger services desk. We have our hyperspace compass right here. This is something that could be used many, many years ago, and by many I mean tons and tons of years ago. Before hyperspace was navigated through a computer, this was what they used. And if you look very carefully at it, you might be able to see our Chandrilla Starline logo if you're standing at the right angle. It's also in those hollow columns right there. I thought for a long time it was CSL, and then I looked at it and went, oh, the logo. So if you want to take a second, see if you can find the logo. Have we had some people catch it? It's cool, right? Our founder, Shub, used this to navigate through hyperspace long ago. Now, before we move on to our next location, is everyone comfortable taking the stairs? If not, we do have our turbo lifts. Before we leave the Atrium, there's one final thing I would like to point out. If you look up above, you'll see we kind of have some open paneling as well as our red seats. Those are actually left over from where we were controlled by the Empire. They came in and they took out a lot of parts and pieces, and the dominant which is left with the ceiling. They installed a lot of gray, black, and red furniture. We decided, you know what, we'll keep some of it, get some new refurbishment in, so the red is left over from our Empire days, if you can believe. Alright, we are going to head downstairs. We're going to head towards deck 4. I'd also like to point out our Chandrilla collection if you're looking for goods and wares. That is your one-stop shop on board. Now, as we are coming down, I would like to also point out our door that Chef Drew Ward used back when he was on board. Some crew members you might see knocking on the door. I don't know if it's just a joke, but sometimes people also similarly throw it like the Halcyon. We are going to head to the right as we go down the stairs. As we are making our way to the climate simulator, just some things to point out for your voyage. We have our lightsaber training pod, so everyone should be signed up for lightsaber training. Additionally, to get to the 2 tomorrow, you are going to take the transport from down on deck 4. We are now going to head into our climate simulator. Now, this is for if you would like to get acclimated to the climate on the 2. This is where you'll go. So everyone, please, after you. As I said earlier, this is monitoring, mimicking, if you will, our climate that we have on Batu. A lot of people say it's a good place to come and relax. It seems like it's a fairly nice day. There's a lot of bright suns on Batu. There's a lot of bright suns in here. In the middle, you will see many of our stacked rocks. You'll see our sajas in here sometimes. They find it a peaceful place. These bigger rocks are actually pieces, from our home planet of Chandrilla. We kind of say that this is our core, and then these are our core pieces, so sort of centering. It's all coming together. I see some nodding heads. Excellent. Additionally, if you have your data pad, you can do some translating. We have plant life from a couple different planets. Unfortunately, I do not know all of them off the top of my head, but there's different planets represented from each of our planets. How do we feel about our climate simulator? It's a great place. This is one of my favorite places on board. Are we ready to continue on? All right, let's head on back out. We're gonna go to the left. We're gonna go towards the Crown of Corellia. You had lunch. That should sound like a familiar name. Now, we're not going to actually go in. We're going to peek our heads in. Has anyone had a chance to have lunch already today? Excellent. Well, if not, would recommend. Our chefs are incredibly talented. I'm going to see if this door is actually opening or not. It does. Now, as you can see, we have that stage just right here. If you have not seen it, go ahead and take a peek around. So, this is where you'll be having your dinners, your lunches, and your breakfast. That stage is actually home to where Gaia will be performing tonight. Is anyone excited for Gaia? Yes. Good. I'm glad to know there are other fans. I adore her. Addition to Gaia, we've had a lot of famous people perform on our stage, believe it or not. Most notable, at least in my opinion, Max Rebo did his farewell tour here, and he performed right here. Now, one final thing I'd like to point out of the Crown of Corellia, on the complete opposite side, way down across the way, just stand in the door, you will see something that looks like a light up wall. That is actually an organ. So you'll see it changing colors throughout your time, plays different pieces. It's actually a musical instrument. Pretty cool, right? Are we ready to continue on? Everyone got a chance to see the organ? Yeah. Do we need Max Rainbow fans here too? Some music lovers on this cruise, finally. All right, we're going to continue down this way. If we can all stay to the right-hand side, that way all of our passengers traveling have some room.
Get some rest.
Not necessarily noteworthy, but if you ever do get lost on your tour and you have to contact Ford, this is a very helpful guide.
It looks cool.
It's really pretty. It's got all of our deck breakdowns, all of our maps. 4 through 7 is what you should concern yourself with. On our right, my right, your left hand side, we see a couple different places. We have, now it's not in use, everyone can relax. We have our brig. This is left over from, again, our Empire days. They did have it. Also, when the Hutts were in power, they used this as kind of a place for stored credits or people that maybe owed some credits. But again, it's not in use. We just keep it here to honor them. Past that, you will see our engineering room. It's off limits. It's a restricted area. However, it is where we keep all of our maintaining functions. Everything, you'll see crew members in there and out of there, trying to make sure the ship, excuse me, I cannot talk today, the ship is at its highest functionality. Additionally, on the other side of this door is the cargo hold. That's another, again, restricted section. But if you lose any luggage, let the passenger services crew members know. We'll get you there. Do we have any questions thus far? We've covered a lot of ground. That was a lot of information. We're going to go back up to the atrium. If anyone would like, we do have the turbo lifts, but if not, we're going to take the stairs.
Sorry.
Okay.
My apologies to your wife.
Walk just past the map and it's not perfect. Thank you. We're going to gather around here in this little circle area. Good, everyone. All at once. If you do have questions throughout your voyage or just want to know more, again, my name is Hannah, or we have any passenger services crew member who will be happy to answer your questions. 2 final things I'd like to point out. Straight ahead, we have our bridge. Everyone should also have bridge ops training. Do not miss it. It's so much fun. You get to basically go through training that crew members went through. So it's your chance to be a Halcyon crew member for a little bit of time. The one final thing I forgot to point out that I should have started this in, you are here at an excellent time. I don't know if you know or not, we are celebrating 275 years of operation. So that's pretty darn cool, right? So to honor that 275th voyage, we are mimicking our maiden voyage, which is why we are going to Batuu tomorrow, because the first ever Halcyon cruise went to Batuu. I'm going to go hang out by that ship in just a little bit. We're going to have another ship orientation, but in the meantime, I hope you all enjoy your cruise. This has been such a delight. May the stars light your way, and I will see everyone real soon. Thank you. Take over.